It's become somewhat of a trend for bigger YouTube channels to say, you know what? Adios, amigo. We're out of here. Another big YouTuber named Watcher has announced that they're going to be leaving YouTube and posting all of their videos behind a paywall on their website, or rather, a streaming service. And that's about the worst decision they could have made because they poked the bear that is their viewers that are gobbling up their content for free, and they want it to stay free, damn it. The general idea I got before I learned all of this through all the stories coming out recently is that maybe they were just big enough to actually be able to support a platform that delivers the kind of content that they'd be able to charge $6 a month for. Thought maybe they'd be worth the bones that they're asking for. Like $6 a month is quite a bit of money for, you know, you're just a YouTube channel, man. I hate to break it to you, but that's not the banana cream pie we're gonna be eating today. It's gonna be the exact same content that they've been posting for years already. But instead of paying them in your time by watching an ad on their video, their pitch for all this is that ads are just too cringe for all of their viewers, but their viewers never said so to begin with, number one. Number two, that they just expect everybody to have $6 laying around, that the poorest of the poor, the most unfortunate of the people that could be watching their content definitely just has an extra $6 laying around for them for previously free content that they've been consuming for years anyway. That's just a thick serving of baloney, my friends. To assume people have $6 laying around is a pretty large assumption, but you know what's even a bigger one? Thinking that their content is even worth $6. By doing this, they're saying that they're direct competitors of Netflix, Disney+, Amazon Prime, the list goes on. These are mega platforms that deliver so much content for every type of person out there, and they're all for like under $20 a month. And these guys think that they're worth $6 a month for delivering, you know, 0.01% of the content and like charging a half of the price. What the hell? You know, the Watcher's like, we're worth half of Netflix. This is for sure one of the worst moves that I've seen an already successful channel make in a long time, because to be getting millions of views and already wanting more from your audience is absolutely greedy, and the backlash they're getting is absolutely deserved. And they're probably about to just like run back to their yard like a scared little chihuahua that barked at the neighbor pit bull. Alrighty.
As sad as it is to say goodbye to YouTube, it's the right thing to do.
It's just tough because I've always really loved and cared about the YouTube community, so it's hard to leave.
Okay, this is starting like a YouTube apology, seriously. All the deep sighs and stuff before they even break the fucking news to you. I'm sorry, but I've been a video editor for the better part of like 8 years, and I can absolutely tell you when emotions are like forced or natural. I'll just say this, the editor knew exactly what he was doing when he made this video. The storytelling in the video is honestly top notch. It's like a kid when they're begging their parents for $6 for V-Bucks, you know, and they're in their room formulating the best story they can so they can convince their parents to cough up the $6 for some V-Bucks. Couldn't imagine that being me though. I had no money as a kid. I went and stole twine from hay bales and made tree forts with it, but that's the homeschool in me talking. I know how most of my peers when I was little were begging their parents for the latest Call of Duty and stuff.
I've learned how to be a human on YouTube, taking a step away from it. It's just tough because I've always really loved and cared about the YouTube community, so it's hard to leave.
Ah yes, you love your community so much that you'd rather put all your videos behind a paywall that they previously got, block and alienate a whole group of people. It's absolutely crazy how the guy's kind of making it seem like he's either being forced to do this or his shareholders are forcing him to do this. But brother, you could fight for the platform that made you famous to begin with. Just saying. Charging for content that you've previously offered for free is not a step forward, and you can't say it's going to forward your brand in any sort of way. Because you're asking your followers to cough up an extra $6 a month, but they're getting absolutely nothing new in the experience. In fact, they gotta leave YouTube, which is probably their preferred platform, and go over to this new watch thing that they want to create. And then you're gonna have to just like juggle two platforms just because one creator went off. Which means that all of these creators, if they started doing this, imagine if you had to go to like 7 or 8 different platforms. You had like a whole different page on your phone just like for all the content creators, and then you had to pay $6 each for. Brother, no. Brother,
Brother,
In this economy too, it seems like everything is doubling in price, but wages are staying the exact same. How on this green earth are you gonna expect people to pay $6 when like the price of a stick of butter just went from like $4 to $8? Here in Canada, but still, you can't expect people to fork out $6 just because you're switching platforms. And especially since most of us have one or more streaming platforms that we're already subscribed to, you know, the price that we pay is already going from like $25 a month, and then you add $6 a month onto that, boom, now it's, you know, $31 a month. You know, we can't just like keep adding price onto that. Let's consider me for a second. I watch an extreme amount of YouTube videos, and I would never consider like going out of my way to do more than watching the ads for these content creators for the content creators. I'm not gonna go pay them $6. Their content has been for free. You have the opportunity to work hard, and this free content for the viewers can still make you millions. You're really being selfish if you're trying to get more from this. Amanda, my beautiful girlfriend, and I usually watch like an episode of Mr. Beast before bed, and I've noticed that he has been announcing that he is going to be switching to a larger platform video over on Amazon Prime. That's all fine and dandy and stuff, but I'm personally going to be waiting to watch reviews, see what people say about it before I decide to buy an entire Amazon subscription just to watch Mr. Beast videos that were previously free. But in all seriousness, I'm not going to buy an Amazon subscription because Adobe's already rinsing me dry. I can't afford it. So then why do these guys think, if me or anybody else, if we're not going to be able to afford Mr. Beast's crazy, way better content, may I add, if we're not going to be able to afford Mr. Beast's crazy stuff, then why would we give them $6 for their content? They just got caught dead in the water with this one. I don't know what they were thinking. So I'm not sure if you know these guys. Before their Watcher channel, they were actually guys from BuzzFeed, and they actually worked on the popular BuzzFeed Unsolved and Worth It, which I do vaguely remember. But then they went on and they created this Watcher channel together, which until this fiasco went on, I had never heard of them in my life.
We kind of wrote down the mission statement of just, we want to make a studio or a platform where we could make unscripted television caliber content on the internet. And to that point, nobody had quite done that. Full-blown developed shows had not been kind of a thing on YouTube to that point, especially when we first started Unsolved and Worth It, and we wanted to continue that trend over here at Watcher.
So it sounds like they take a lot of pride on their ability to just keep flowing more and more money into their videos. They say that the reason people are following them is because their content keeps getting higher and higher in quality. But then they kind of contradict themselves, because they talk about how much they've grown with their communities and their personality has, developed over time, and how they find passion in the community itself, but then seem to think that people aren't following them for their personalities. In fact, that's their entire excuse for trying to present this offer for $6 a month that really just leaves a giant taste of like a bread sandwich in the viewer's mouth, just bland and just tasteless. They think that their viewers, they just want to see their content continuously take another leap in quality again. So instead of investing a lot of money that they have saved, that they've made from the YouTube videos, because they're rich, they really do expect the viewers to foot the bill for all this. There's just one wrench in the cogs of their plan though. YouTube viewers, we're just not looking for higher production videos to watch. Look at like any content creator, streamer, or video essay style like me, like anybody. Like their content's blowing up and it's not that crazily edited. Some B-roll footage, some subtitles when needed, some zooms in on the face to accentuate intensity. But other than that, man, we're just talking to the camera. For a lot of these popular YouTubers, there's not a lot of special effects and their views are insane. Sure, there's some scripting and there's some work involved with it, but man, the work/reward is, dude, it's way outscaled already. This is the craziest mistake they could have made though. Like, they really showed their true colors here. Their viewers now know that they're not loyal to the platform that gave them their fame. So I think it's really debatable to wonder, are they able to walk back from this anymore? Like, this is pretty much like a one done deal. Like, this is it for them, They had an extremely successful business, making millions of dollars, probably every month, I would say. And they internally sabotaged the shit out of it. I feel like they were just trying to gaslight their audience into feeling like they were part of something bigger and bigger. But boy, oh boy, did this just backfire in the worst way possible for them.
I'm so proud of what we've built here at Watcher. My proudest moments have been being able to hire incredible people. So growing our staff from 3 to 6 to 10 to 20 to 25. I'm proud of the fans and the community that we've fostered.
Maybe that's the best part. The tangible effect of it is like you're out in public and people are like, hey, wow, you know, we watched a lot of your content during a tough time and it really helped us. And that's always really nice. Especially when we do our like live shows, you notice that it's very fascinating. The audience that we've attracted are also weirdos in the most positive sense.
Okay, so although I'm new to having my face on content per se, I've already had a person that's been commenting saying my videos cheer them up. And let me say, that is like the best feeling that YouTube has given me, that any social media has given me so far. I couldn't imagine asking that person to give me $6 a month for what I've already given them in return for their viewership and their interactions, which is enough from one person when the content creator is getting way more out of the deal if they blow up. Most people on YouTube, like that watch YouTube, are people that are budgeting. They're learning something to save money or simply passing the time. And really, 98% of those people are not going to be willing to dish out $6 a month for that, especially just one of the creators. For me, I see that YouTube gives like successful creators around 2 paths to walk once they start getting a lot of views and attention. They can either go corporate, go big, you know, hire 25 people, you know, make multiple channels that have different genres, just like really go in, you know, triple, quadruple, 10 times your income, go big but sell out and have less personality but more, you know, what a lot of people would say quality, you know. But there's the other way of doing things where you're just a lone wolf, where you make sure that you keep the quality and the feeling of your videos, and you stay humble with the amount of money that, you know, YouTube is willing to give you in this. Because at the end of the day, like I said, like the viewer creator relationship, you know, millions of people give you a view and an interaction, that equates to like you getting $1 million. So if somebody's not happy with that, there's like something super detrimentally wrong here. Because let's be honest, the money would sound pretty good if you could just simply outsource your creative work to other people and then, you know, just have most of the easy stuff to do yourself. But at the end of the day, that would take so much of the passion as well as the personality away from your content. If I did it, it would be like one editor, and that one editor I would be talking to every day, making sure, and I would revise, like I would watch it, and you know, I might even re-edit some of the stuff myself. Like I'd be super picky because, you know, even though my content is fairly simple, I want it a certain way, you know? I do see the appeal of taking on like multiple channels, like the way Matt Pat did it, where he did all of his style channels. But let's, you know, to be real, I think most people come to YouTube to see the more personable side of creators. That's why Charlie is such a force on the platform. The dude sits there in a white shirt, tells you how it is. And how much editing do you see in his videos? Exactly. There is very little, because he realizes the epitome of YouTube is people come onto this platform because they want to be able to get the feeling of being talked to, not talked at. Like when you watch a documentary on Netflix, they're either talking to someone else, or like you're listening to somebody else speak. But when you go to YouTube, it's almost like the person is addressing you. It's, you know, I think that's what is the appeal to YouTube for a lot of people. For me, a little bit, I think it is.
It's difficult to make the stuff that we want to make and also then appeal to the advertisers as well.
It costs a certain amount to make content in the way that we do it. We try to put things on the screen that we feel adheres to a certain level of quality that you would find on, say, a Netflix or something like that. But in doing so, it does cost a certain amount. Like, for example, a Ghost Files episode. First, we have to travel to the location itself. We have to pay the location fee. We have to pay freelance staff that comes to help us shoot that when we're shooting in the studio. We have to pay for the studio to shoot the actual episode in. Then we have to pay for post. Before that, we also have to do the pre-production of the episode. And when you add that all up, we're talking about an end of a season that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not sitting here complaining that is the bed we've made. Everyone has different missions they're marching towards on YouTube. Ours was to make a television show. And, over time, you start to realize like, hey, maybe television shows aren't meant for YouTube. Perhaps we should find a different place that's better suited to the content that we're making and can support the dollar amount that we're putting into each of these episodes so that we're not constantly running around trying to find sources of revenue to support the model.
It's one thing to be like, hey guys, I want to release some extra exclusive content for my Patreon. So many creators do that, and that's absolutely fine to do because it gives people with an extra few dollars that they're willing to spend on you an option to have a little bit of extra exclusive content about you. But what shocks me and shocks pretty much everybody that I've seen cover this story so far is that they want to just cut off their previous viewers. Yeah, if you've been watching us for years, if you've been our loyal follower, no more unless you got $6. They want to stop you dead in your tracks and be like, nope, mister, I've given you years of entertainment, now it's time you give back to me. I mean, that's probably the case, but the only other possibility is that they're filthy rich, don't want to invest any money into their future endeavors, instead they want you to.
That it would be great if we could find a way to rely less on advertising, not make it such a big part of our business. So we've been working over the past few months and years, like how can we make this business more sustainable? How can we make something where we can make the things that we want to make for all of you guys and not be worried about all the other forces that are here? In terms of where this company is going and where I believe that we can be the most successful, YouTube is no longer the place for that.
For anybody who's watched or supported us to this point, truly, thank you. The goal was always to make television caliber quality content. And not just for YouTube, but for you guys. I guess we just hope you guys follow us this one last time.
Hey guys, I think it's time you just gave us one more follow for $6 a month. That's so crappy, dude. They had such a heartfelt tone to this, like they're gonna grab your heart like this is some sort of goodbye or something. Like, no, dude. These people are gonna take that $6 and continue their spicy hot Cheeto addiction and watch some other free, probably higher content value person on YouTube other than you. I love how they mention, oh, this is for you guys, the viewers. Yeah, get your viewers to pay for it. Don't, like dip into the crazy AdSense and sponsor money that you've been getting from your existing YouTube videos. No, make your viewers pay for it so you can go buy that new Tesla you can park in front of the old Tesla. It makes no sense to me. Why not just stay with doing what they're doing with small sponsored segments in the video? People don't mind watching that. No one's ever complained about seeing that. Okay, maybe there's a few people in the comments every now and then that are angry about it, but they exist in every platform. And those people can just buy YouTube Premium because at the end of the day, if they do, then they get ad-free everybody. And that's actually a pretty good deal if you consider $6 a month for one freaking person.
2, our very own independent streaming service, Watcher. Watcher is an ad-free independent streaming service dedicated to providing you guys the television caliber content that we know and love. You're probably wondering, how is it going to be different than the YouTube experience?
The new streamer, I think, is a place that reflects what our content is. High quality series in season form, and it's ad-free with what we were destined to be.
First of all, Baker, better run. Yeah, I'm excited to prove Ghost Files. I'm very happy about how it's produced so far, but this paper's going to give us an opportunity to be format standpoint, but we'll also be able to take bigger screens and go internet, to the UK, everyone conference. Also, the more resources we have, the more time we can focus on making the show better every season of the show. I'm very excited.
But like, hold up. It's just crazy to think that these guys actually hold themselves in the same regard as like a mega platform like Netflix. They mentioned that this is going to allow them to go different places in the world, like this new idea they have where everybody gives them $6, but the last time I checked, man, a plane ticket to the world is like literal pennies compared to what they make with just one YouTube video. I kind of see what's happening here. After so long of having so much money that you don't know what to do with, you probably start to forget how to shop for a deal. So many YouTubers fall into this big cycle where they think time is money above all else, and so They don't even do any research. They just go buy the most expensive, flashy things that are advertised to them. And then the funniest part is that they barely use those things too. Like for me, when I first got into this, I bought a bunch of green screens and like a bunch of other things. I have a really expensive computer. How much do you think I use those things to their full potential? And that's just a couple grand that I spend. Think about some of these YouTubers that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on props for videos. They probably completely forgot how to spend the least amount of money possible on a project, you know, on a budget. But to be completely honest with you, some of these YouTubers are pretty young and getting views at a really young age. Basically, before they even move out of their parents, they're blowing up on like some of these platforms. So I highly doubt some of these YouTubers even have ever understood what the value of a dollar is. YouTube is definitely spawning a generation of people who I don't really think know how to make do and deliver a good product with what you have rather than what you can go buy. Like for instance, if I need something cooler edited in my videos for you guys to watch, I'm gonna have to learn how to do that myself. These guys are now giving off the energy that they're better than YouTubers, you know, those plebs that are sitting in their rooms talking about other people's and making videos about it. The only thing is that YouTube is on the rise. The amount of money that you can make per month, let's just say, has nowhere near capped out yet. Who knows if it even will with YouTube. So these guys think that they're just jumping ahead of the gun because they want that kind of future YouTube money now. Like, if they actually follow through with this, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, even just a couple months in, they either come back to, you know, YouTube, or they start putting, like, Raid Shadow Legends in their videos on Watcher because, you know, like, let's say 1% of their viewership on YouTube goes over to Watcher. 1% of that times $6 a month is going to be a minuscule fraction. If they actually follow through with this, I wouldn't be surprised if they, one, either just like tuck tail and run back to YouTube and gain, you know, maintain as much as they can, or they quite literally within a couple months start running ads like they said they wouldn't on their watch platform. Because to be honest, like, let's just say if they're lucky, 5% of their viewers go from YouTube over to watch and subscribe. That's going to be like 5% of their viewers times $6, a minuscule fraction of an amount of what they used to make on YouTube after they get over there. Like I said, Charlie will just sit in his room and get more views than they ever will, basically just sitting, shooting the shit, unedited. Claim their content is just too good for YouTube, but like take Charlie out of the picture and let's like take a look at Mr. Beast, who blows the watcher out of the water for quality, yet Jimmy's just sitting there preaching the ways of YouTube, saying YouTube's the future, YouTube is the most profitable platform there is in existence.
New, fresh shows. We're going to put it up to the members to resurrect a show from the past. There are a lot of shows that maybe didn't do phenomenally on YouTube that would be performing perfectly fine on a streamer.
What a weird, wonderful idea.
What a weird, wonderful idea that would be.
I'm excited about the prospect of bringing on some new talent, some new faces, and making content around them. And, you know, being able to shape some shows that don't always involve us is something I'm really excited about. And, you know, we get to maybe bring back a little blue guy.
When it comes down to it, end of the day, why not? That should be our slogan. Why not?
I mean, yeah, I imagine he'll pop in.
Yeah,
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
that's fair.
Sure, why not? Give us $6 a month. That's what I do when I buy a lottery ticket, guys. I go, why not? Why not win $1 million? Why not leave the shopping cart in the parking stall? Why not is not an excuse for you to speak for your entire audience and say that they want to spend $6 a month on you every month. No, man.
You'll still occasionally see us on YouTube. We're gonna post trailers for our shows there. We're gonna have the season premieres of all of our series on there. But if you wanna watch the full seasons of all of our content, the streamer will be the exclusive home for all of that starting May 31st.
Steven, talk about money.
Yeah, what's this price?
You can become a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month or $59.99 a year.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody is able to afford it, but it also has to support the things that we do here. So that was the number that just made the most sense for the streamer.
And look, you can share it, you know, with your friends.
That's true.
What are we gonna do?
Keep your eyes glued on all of our social channels. We'll be announcing some sweet opportunities to win merch, a free annual subscription, and a bunch of other wacky stuff from us. For those of you that sign up before May 31st, because we are going to have a little bit of a beta period, which will be launching today, actually.
Right now, you can sign up right now.
As of today, the release of this video, April 19th.
Think of this beta period as a soft launch, an opportunity for early adopters to sign up, help us work out the kinks, and provide feedback to make it a better experience for everybody.
Yeah, the beta will be a transitional period where you'll still be able to access content on YouTube, but
Don't worry, guys. You can have your friends over to your house to watch your subscription with them. We won't make them all pay $6 a month. We're the good guys. I love how he makes it sound so devious. Like, brother, are you kidding me?
Think of this beta period as a soft launch, an opportunity for early adopters to sign up, help us work out the kinks, and provide feedback to make it a better experience for everybody.
yeah, the beta will be a transitional period where you'll still be able to access content on YouTube, but beginning May 31st, you'll need to become a member of our streaming service to access full seasons and new releases.
And as a thank you to our first members, those that sign up before May 31st will have the opportunity to vote to bring back your favorite show. And not only that, but we're giving members who sign up before May 31st a whole 30% off their annual subscription.
So if you want to become a member right now, you can actually go to our description. You can click on the link somewhere in the video, but it's just watchertv.com. Super easy.
That's right, watchertv.com.
Watchertv.com.
I can't believe that they just said that they're excited for the audience. Like, man, if my credit card showed up with a random $6 extra charge, I'm pretty sure I'd be calling and fighting it, not super excited wondering what the hell it was that I got charged $6 for.
In all seriousness, we really couldn't be more excited for you guys to join us on this next chapter, hopefully. We'd love for you guys to come along with us. But at the same time, this is our final goodbye to YouTube. And you know, if it's our goodbye to you, I hope it's not, but if it is, I do want to say thank you for supporting us all along the way.
Your viewership has allowed us to do all these wonderful things that we've done these past 4 years, and we hope that you'll come along for the ride.
And help us continue to build this thing out even bigger. That's the hope, at least. But either way, it's been fun. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Wow. I can't believe they just said that. Hey guys, thank you for everything. My entire career is based on your viewership. By the way, you can't see my videos anymore unless you give me money every month. Like, I feel like this was the worst possible way to appeal to your audience. Like, hey, you have to now pay us $6 a month and assume that we're just like as high a quality akin to like Netflix or something. Like, guys, you're off your rocker. And it's not just me saying this either. Let's have a look at some of the comments. If I wanted an MFer with a Tesla to call me broke, I would have just logged into Twitter. Oh man, that's absolutely true, man. These guys are so rich and they are asking for their viewers money at the same time telling them that everyone can afford $6, which is so horribly out of touch, especially in the economy where lots of people are literally in the negative every month, sometimes even with 2 jobs. In about 10 years, some young baby-faced kids with new YouTube channel will have a mystery episode titled, Whatever Happened to Ryan Shane? That's what I've been saying, dude. I don't even know if there's a way to walk this back after posting such a pretentious video on their channel. Did I just get laid off as a Watcher fan? Yes, Grace. Yes, they did. And if you can't cough up the $6 a month, then you're just going to be one of us plebeians who can only afford to watch free YouTube content, the lesser, less edited, lower quality stuff. I'm no business person, but I would have downsized my business before downsizing my fans. Yeah, dude, that one confuses me too. Like, if it's all about the people who made you, then you wouldn't be grouping them off and alienating an entire group of people who can't afford or doesn't see you as the most valuable way to spend $6 in their lives. It's funny because so many people are finding about the Watchers right now, and all these and this huge influx of eyes, all of these new people who are just finding out who the Watcher are, the first thing that they're going to see, like me, is all of this drama, and it's going to completely take away their watchability for any of us, because now we know who they are as a person, and it's not the greatest, it doesn't look like, but that, and it's also going to just kill their reach now, like a lot more than it could have been. If there's one thing I know, it's that YouTube never forgets, and if you're a good person, then nothing bad's gonna happen to you, obviously. Like, look at Charlie, for instance. But if you let the greed, if you let the money turn you greedy, you can get to the point where you literally post your own demise like the Watchers done here. And they did it with a smile on their face. Like, they thought all of these strangers, complete strangers, loved them enough to pay them $6 a month. I'll say it. Boo. Boo. You stink. You suck. That's my personal opinion, because I don't like people who are just in it for the money and nothing else. And that's where I think I'm going to leave the topic off for today, but I'm definitely going to make an update video. I'm going to monitor the Watcher and see where all of this goes, now that I know they exist. It's ridiculously wild to find a channel just as they're imploding like this. But yeah, guys, you can trust me to never do that. You can trust that I'll always be by my lonesome, sitting behind my computer, editing videos until like 4 a.m. because unlike these money-hungry troglodytes, I am able to just be content hanging my hat on if I get popular, whatever AdSense money that gives me. If I'm ever privileged and lucky enough to get those type of numbers. Until then, and if that day ever comes, I'm content just sitting here, shooting my shit with whoever is willing to listen. The light just turned off and back on. Sweet. Because making these videos keeps the dark thoughts away. Just kidding. But for real, I found a lot of purpose making these shitty little videos for you guys. Don't expect me to ever go corporate or do anything like the Watcher's doing right now. You'll always see me authentically me. Anyways, I'll keep you posted on whatever the hell happens with this situation. See ya.